Did I just make the song of the summer? Let me explain.
I've noticed in music how often cars are spoken about, and country music is the biggest offender. In 2019, a massive 11% of country songs featured trucks, no doubt helped by the king of the pickup truck genre, Justin Moore, with a full 1/3 of his songs about them. And the truckiest song of all has a full 29 references to trucks in one song. And it's not just country music. Music from all kinds of genres, from R&B to rock, are talking about cars, about fast cars, about dangerous cars, about sexy cars. But where is the love for forms of transport that don't kill the planet? Now, there are a few exceptions. But I wanted to know, is it possible to make a song purely out of the sound of sustainable transport? Now, I'm not a musician at all, so I'm going to need some help with this. In fact, the last time I played an instrument was playing a kazoo as part of a mass participation event called 10,000 Kazoos. So I reached out to the composer behind it to see if he could help turn me into a musician. So last time I was in Fed Square was your event, which is 10,000 Kazoos. So what is it? What was it all about?
It was exactly what it said on the tin.
Yeah.
It was 10,000 people. We actually had slightly more than 10,000 people. Everyone got a kazoo and we all created this wonderful piece of music together.
So that's partly why I'm reaching out, because I am not a musician, but that's kind of your philosophy, right? That anyone can be.
Exactly.
What do you mean by that though? Like, can they?
Well, I guess music is a very broad tent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're going to be a master flute player tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, everyone can interact and experience music in a whole bunch of different ways, especially with technology. So, yep. Oh yeah.
What do you reckon that helicopter does? I think transport should be more sustainable. I'm talking bikes, I'm talking trams, I'm talking trains. My idea is to write a banger anthem for sustainable transport. That's what I want to do.
I love it.
How do I do that?
It's actually pretty easy.
Okay. I want to make the song that people dance to. I want them to upbeat. I want it to be...
Yep.
I think a banger is the word I'm after. You know,
we want a heavy banger.
Heavy, yeah.
We're really talking in like the EDM sphere, like electronic dance music, if you will. No one calls it that. We'll listen out for some sounds and then we'll actually record them. We can then take it back to the studio and just make a sick banger. That's for you.
Yeah.
You kind of just point it towards whatever sound you want. Exactly.
What is this called?
This is just a microphone.
Just called.
It's actually a VR microphone. It'll pick up more sounds.
Yep.
Big red button to record. So in the studio,
we will be listening back to me saying this.
Great.
And I'm going to cringe.
Hello, future us.
It's future us.
Let's go hunt down some noises.
We want like percussive sound, so like impact. We want to be as close as possible to the sound you want. Get a melody in there. Maybe the dings.
I want to see some bikes.
Do boats count? Some like drones, so like screeching rails. Some melodic sounds.
You know when you're a kid and you stand by the train and you're just like...
Trams sound great. Might get some vocals. I guess it depends on the story we want to tell.
We are currently in the free tram zone.
Things with pitch.
It's a good bell.
We basically want to make a beat. There's a lot of sounds in the city. We want a variety of sounds.
South Sierra.
We've got a lot. I think we've got enough to work with. Now it's just studio magic.
A few days later, I met up with Ciaran.
So, we've taken the recordings.
We've taken the recordings.
I've given them to you. What have you done?
All I've done is put them on the computer.
Okay.
So it was a very quick step.
He showed me through some of the sounds we recorded.
So see here how there's these big spikes?
Yep.
That's a good sound.
What is that sound?
That's the doors closing.
That's the doors going.
We are currently in the free tram zone.
Well, I like that. I like that.
We are currently in the free tram zone.
That's pretty good.
And I got an introduction to the latest in human music interface technology.
Usually it's like, you know, sitting in front of the computer and doing what we were doing. Yeah. Now we're taking it to the next level and we're using this. Yeah. This is an air stick, so it can track your movements to trigger these samples.
despite my natural musical talents, Ciaran thought it'd be best if he took over, and instead I could focus on the album art, which, much like the song, needed to be made up of public transport imagery.
Try this way. So with a record in hand, I wanted to actually get it out into the world. So my next stop, a record store. You've seen more record covers than almost anyone in the world. What's your first impression?
With this ringing endorsement for the album art and Ciaran having worked his magic,
We are currently in the free tram zone. Zone.
there's only one thing to do.
Making its world premiere, this is Free Tram Zone.
Okay, everybody right to go?
Free tram zone.
Dozens of vehicles and trams are colliding each week in Melbourne.
That was good, said the Fact Controller.
Free tram zone.
If you fare evade, you are stealing. There is no excuse. You will be caught.
We are currently in the free tram zone. Trips entirely within this zone are free, so you don't need to touch on your Mikey.
It doesn't look like it's, to me, on first impression, that it's necessarily going to be music.